coffee. Coffee with Tim Black. Yes, I am coffee. Coffee with Tim Black. YouTube is the place for independent media. YouTube is the place for independent news, and there is no news like independent media news. Support indie news by supporting this channel, because you want it real. You want it true. I'm Tim Black, guys. Thank you for tuning into this show. This is where I do a live recording of the show, and we're about to touch on a couple of stories here, give you some updates about what's going on. I'm sure some of you are aware of what's been happening. But let me just bring you up to speed, okay? All right. Let's get going. Thank you for tuning in if you're here. First story. Now, we all know Bernie Sanders has been very critical of the DNC and the Democratic Party in general. This has been going on for quite some while when Bernie Sanders calls them out and tells the truth. He says the DNC needs to become a grassroots organization, that the DNC has forgotten its way and is no longer talking the type of talk and pushing the type of policies that help the average working person. Bernie Sanders has been the soul and the life of the DNC, even though he's an independent. Well, starting today, Bernie Sanders is going on a tour. Yeah, he's going on a tour for the party that he says needs to realize it's a grassroots party, needs to revitalize itself. It's with the DNC chairperson, Tom Perez. I didn't see that coming. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Where'd this come from? Did they have a coming to Christ moment there, Bernie Sanders? Did suddenly Tom Perez get an inkling to what needs to happen if he wants to win? Hey, Bernie, we need you here. We need you here. Not with those Republicans. We need you here with us. We need to do it. Get them dumb millennials back in line. Get those effing independents over here on our team. The DNC. That's what it's all about. Well, he's on a unity tour with Tom Perez. Today, Sanders and Perez are going to be in Maine, and throughout the week, they will be making stops in Kentucky, Florida, Texas, Nebraska, Utah, Arizona, and Nevada. You may notice those are states that Trump won. So what they're trying to do now is they're trying to unify the party. They call it the Come Together and Fight Back Tour. Oh, man. Don't y'all hear that Rocky music playing right now? Come on. They need it. Survivor, it's the thrill of the fight. I the tiger, baby. So the Democratic Party says we need to get in line with a new type of politics. Is that what's going on? Well, I saw a little clip of how the Maine visit went, and it didn't go so good, folks. Now, the young lady who was introducing starting off the symposium or the speeching or the lecturing, she started off and she was saying, hey, if you're here, I know you're here for a good reason. It had to be a reason for you all to come to this place to see us today, and maybe some of you are here to see a senator from Vermont, Bernie Sanders. And everybody started clapping. Bernie, Bernie, Bernie. They clapped so much, she was like, hey, whoa. I don't have that much time, guys. Stop clapping. Then she went on to say, maybe some of you are here for the new DNC chairman, Tom Perez. And boo. I know Tom Perez is backstage like, these dumb millennials. What's wrong with the dumb millennials? They don't got no love for a brother. They don't feel me out there. Bernie, you bastard, look what you did to me. They hate me, Bernie, they hate me. And I hate them, but I need their vote. I need their money, their donations. Bernie, give me some of that special sauce, man. Give it here on the right-hand side, man, and on the backhand side, brother. Give me some special love. I don't know what to do to get through to these millennials. These millennials ain't listening to me. Dumb millennials, these stupid millennials. At some point, Tom Perez is going to be like, look, Tim Black, we need to talk, man. No, he's going to be like, Tim Black, we need to talk, Tim Black, because you over there talking mess about me. I don't like it, Tim Black. I don't like it. You can have an accident, Tim Black. Like, you better back up off me, son. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. I take this hat off and knock them glasses. I don't mean to be violent. I don't. But I know Tom Perez and DNC have not recognized that the real blood of any party starts grassroots. It starts and it ends in the grassroots. And if you don't have the momentum of the people behind you, you're not going to be able to siphon that from Bernie Sanders, even if he wants to give it to you. He can't make you be a winner. That has to come from your candidate. That has to come from the policies and the people being behind what you're about. And until that happens, no line of unity touring, Keith Ellison on bass, Tom Perez on lead vocals. None of that's going to matter, man. You ain't Earth, Wind, and Fire. You're not the Bee Gees. You're not U2. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section of this video. Remember to support independent media. That's right, independent news is the best news. And get it here on Tim Black TV. All right, that's the first one. We got to go. Let's go to the next one. Look, I got any comments in here, man? Anybody watching? Anybody? What's going on right there with you, Tim Brom? SL1 is in the house. Yeah. The Broken Carpenter. They recognize it. They just don't want to change because it's harder. You're right, Broken Carpenter. It's hard. Change is hard. It's hard. But if you want to win, you got to change. Yeah. Now, who's that? Who's that up there? Susan Mercurio says, I think Bernie's trying to show Tom Perez what most working people do in life. Those Washington types don't know. You're right, they don't know, or they don't want to know. They're in a bubble, and that's the problem. Jared Smith, thank you, Jared. Jared says he loves the Tom Perez voice. Tim, I appreciate you, man. I tell you guys, it's something, but it's good to clear my vocal cords out by doing Tom Perez. Let me get some water going. I got another story for you. Let's go to that one then. What the heck? This story. Okay. All right. The White House is saying that Trump will not release his 2016 tax returns. And I think it's time we just cut the nonsense on this whole thing. I mean, Sean Spicer comes out whenever he's asked this question, he gives us some crap about being audited. Listen, Americans, the majority of Americans, want to see Donald Trump's tax return. I know there's some Trump supporters who don't care and say they don't care. This is all fake news. Well, it's such fake news that almost every president since Nixon, but heck, not almost, every president since Nixon has produced it. Now, I know you think Trump's special. I know you think he could fly. You think he could just wave his hand and make America great again. I know you think Trump is the master of negotiations, that he's got the special sauce. But you know what? Trump is not that special that he can't do what all the other presidents since Nixon have done, which is show you, at least on paper, that he's not a scumbag. You should want that from your president. And the fact he don't want to give it to you should make you go, let's not be delusional, all right? If there is something to be seen, right, that's a reason not to show it, right? If there's something you don't want people to know, that may be a reason why he doesn't want to disclose. Stop making excuses for something you never would have excused Obama for. See, I'm all about trying to stay on the issues, but when it becomes glaringly obvious that people are just making themselves blind, stabbing themselves in the eyes with eggs, I don't know, what are you using? With pencil points, just to not see the truth. The truth is, if Donald Trump isn't hiding something, he'd show us by now. Now, I held the same standard in place for Hillary Clinton. I wanted to see those Wall Street transcripts, and I never let go of wanting to see them. In fact, I still want to see them until she goes into private life, never to rear her head in the public sphere again. And I've always believed the reason why Hillary Clinton didn't want to show us her Wall Street transcripts was because she didn't want us to see what she was talking about with Wall Street. I am consistent. Now, I know some people out there don't like consistent. I know you don't. You just want your guy to be on top. You just want everybody, give him a chance, Tim Black. Just shut up and give him a chance, Tim Black. You know what? This is a chance. This is an opportunity. That's what this is. He has the opportunity. President Trump has the opportunity to shut everybody up. And I ain't talking about no one-page report either. I'm talking about to shut it down by producing his tax returns and showing this was all fake news. But until he does that, it will remain news. And until he does that, he will have a cloud hanging over his head. And he will not get another term. So think what you want to think. Hate if you want to hate. Don't hate the player, hate the game. All right. If you like independent media, and I know you do, I know you like independent news because you can only trust independent news to tell it to you straight, who don't have big, huge corporate sponsors with their hand up our backs. We tell it because it's real. We tell it because it's how we feel. And if you disagree with us, it's not because we've been paid off or we sold out. It's because we just disagree. There's a difference. So support independent media. Make it something that you care about. Put your mouth where your body and your eyes are and support us because we are you. Support this channel on Patreon. All right. And what y'all think about the tax returns? Let me see what my folks are saying in the comment section, man. What's going on in my chat room, man? He is a scumbag. Oh, my man MT Sutphin said that Trump is a scumbag. I hope he's talking about Trump. Maybe he's talking about me. I don't think he's talking about me. Mercurio. Give it up for Mercurio. Much love. You know what I'm saying? Jordan. Oh, God, Jordan. Tax returns matter, bruh. It should have already been done, Jordan, before war. Don't you get that, Jordan? Jordan says tax returns have nothing to do with the war that Trump is getting us into. And our doors, coming to all our doors. Do you know what controlled opposition is? Resist Trump while ignoring the world war that's coming? No. See, you have it wrong, Jordan. The tax return should have been done before he was elected. You understand what I'm saying? Jordan, do you get what I'm saying? The fact that he's waging wars, some people look at it like he's doing that to distract us from the tax returns. He's doing that to distract from other things. I don't know that for a fact. But what I'm saying is I'm tired of hearing about damn tax returns. You know what? You know what to end us hearing about tax returns? Here. Take it. Just take the tax return, man. That will end it. And then we can get on. But let's not act like this is all people talk about. I've talked about Syria. I've talked about North Korea. I do like 10 videos a day, bro. And then I do a show. I don't just talk about tax returns. Now, maybe you're new. Maybe you're new. Maybe you go to some other people's channel and that's all they talk about. That's not all I talk about. In fact, it's not even all I'm talking about on this show right now that you are watching. The show that you are watching has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories. Only one of those stories about tax returns. It's not, you think it's not important at all? I think it's important. I don't think it's as important as North Korea, but I think it's important. I think it's news. I don't think it's fake news. I think it's news. You should be, and I'm not just saying this to you, I think that we all should be more critical and not be gullible when it comes to people just saying, well, I'm good, man. You don't need to see that I'm not a cheater, or I'm not a thief, or I'm not kissing Wall Street's butt or whatever. You should just believe me, man, because I said it. I think we should be critical and we should demand proof, because I don't know if you know this or not, man. Sometimes politicians lie. I mean, I'm just saying, dog. I mean, I don't know if you know. I know they do. I covered them for 4 years. I love you, Jay, but I disagree with you, man. All right? All right, guys. Let's go on to some other. This is big news, but it's not all the news. Let me go to another story. All right, let's go to another story. Goodness gracious, man. When you talk about something people don't like, they say it's not important. You want more North Korea talk, man? We got to talk about that again. I just talked about North Korea, man. I'm going on to the next story I got. And I want to talk about this because it's important. Because in my world, in media, which is what I do now, in media, this is a big deal. It's a big deal to me. It's about your boy Bill O'Reilly. And I'm going to do it. And I don't care if Bill O'Reilly don't want me to do it. I don't care if people say it's not important. I think it's important. And I think people want to know about it. I think they do. Bill O'Reilly, Bill O'Reilly, Bill O'Reilly. The man has been in so much hot water lately, he's taken a vacation from the show to kind of let the hot water cool down. Woo! Hot tub, hot tub. It's like that hot tub Eddie Murphy got out of on SNL. Man, what is going on, man? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. Bill O'Reilly has been accused by yet another woman. This time, an African-American woman who did not work for the same broadcasting company as Bill O'Reilly, but maybe a subsidiary. Back in 2008, she claims that Bill O'Reilly made advances to her. This is what's being reported. New York Reporter and several other outlets. She's an African-American woman who was a clerical worker in 2008 at Fox News. Bloom said in an interview with HLN. She did not work directly for Bill O'Reilly, but she worked near him, and she alleges that he engaged in a campaign for months of sexual harassment against her. He wouldn't speak to her other than to say things like, hot chocolate. Creepy, right? And he would make grunt noises like an animal. Hot chocolate. Ooh, yeah. Hot chocolate. It's not funny, man. He'd be leering at her. But he'd never speak. That's creepy as hell. Creepy, creepy. Bill O'Reilly ain't got no game, man. Where's the game, man? Where's the smooth talk, man? Where's the swagger? Get no date going. Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. That isn't exactly how you get the ladies, man. He'd make noises like an animal, she alleges, leering at her, looking at her cleavage and her legs, and he would call her hot chocolate, which she found to be very offensive. She did not like it much. Now, we all know there's been several other allegations made about Bill O'Reilly and his sexual harassment and verbal abuse. We also know that the combination of Bill O'Reilly settling and Fox News settling, they've paid out over the sum of $13 million over the last few years or recent years in order to keep this out of publicity and make the women not be able to go public. But this particular woman did not have a payoff. She did not get money. She said she did not report it. She wanted to keep her job and she did not complain at the time. But now she knows that Fox News is considering whether to keep him. And although she's very scared and wishes to remain anonymous, she felt that she had to add her history and speak out, or add her story and speak out. So she called into the hotline. She called into the Fox News harassment hotline to report on Bill O'Reilly. Now, it was fun what I just said, right? All that was interesting. It was fun. I did it in a comedic way. This is not a funny situation. It's not. But let me add this. 8 years is a long time to remember verbatim somebody saying jokes about you. I'm trying to remember things that happened to me 8 years ago. What did this woman say? You know, it's kind of hard to remember 8 years ago exactly what was said. So there's going to be some type of credibility issue with this. Also, the fact that she wants to remain anonymous is not a good look. Okay? Listen, I am not a Bill O'Reilly fan. I am a commentator. But I tell you this, you're going to need more than just this to get him out. But luckily, he's in so much trouble. This may be the needle that breaks the camel's back, but that's only luckily if he did all this stuff that people are alleging. I don't know what Bill O'Reilly's done. I've seen other people just say he did it. I don't know if he did it. And I won't say that he did or didn't do it. That's not my point. The point is, Bill O'Reilly's on very thin ice at Fox News. He was their big-time money maker over there for Rupert Murdoch. And Murdoch is now, new report is, he's considering getting rid of Bill O'Reilly. In fact, the only person who still wants Bill O'Reilly at Fox News, according to sources, according to three sources, the Murdoch family may be considering keeping O'Reilly off the air. That's right. This is reported by CNBC. It's everywhere, though. It's not just CNBC reporting it. And also, the son, Murdoch's son, and James and Lachlan are advocating for his removal. James and Lachlan, and I know I'm butchering that. So, Bill O'Reilly is on thin ice right now. We have yet another allegation of sexual harassment, this time concerning an African-American woman. Back in 2008. Also, check my previous videos. Rupert Murdoch has a deal on the table with Sky News worth a lot of money that he wanted to get done back in 2012 or 2013, years ago. He could not. And you know why he couldn't get it? Because of leaked tapes. And a previous chaotic scandal. All right, guys, I'm Tim Black for TBTV. Subscribe to this channel. Support independent media because independent media is the only media you can count on not to sell out based on big corporations. We work for you. Have our back. All right. All right, guys. That's Billo. Billo. All right, this is going to be it right here. I need to take a drink of water to get this going.
Coffee with Tim Black. Yes, I am coffee.
Oh, here we go.
With Tim Black.
It's going to be a tough one. You guys ready? Steve Stevens is dead. He committed suicide today in Erie, Pennsylvania, when police had finally spotted him and wanted to pull him over. The man, the Facebook killer, the murderer, who shot down a defenseless elderly man in Cleveland for no reason other than he was having a bad life. has committed suicide at the age of 37 to avoid the repercussions and the consequences of his actions. I put out a video yesterday and I let everyone know that I have no problems with this man being dead. In fact, I think that in light of his assertions that he had killed 12 people, or that he killed 12 people or killed 12 people, or the lack of humanity that he displayed in gunning down Mr. Robert Godwin, in light of all of that, I don't think that the way this turned out is so bad. See, if you can't assure to me that this man could be apprehended and never hurt another soul, then maybe him taking his own life was all that was left. I mean, if he won't come in, which police spoke to him on 911 calls, he wouldn't turn himself in, and maybe this is what he wanted. And if this is what Mr. Stevens wanted, he could have achieved it without taking the life of Mr. Godwin. I think that Stevens had a lot of issues, but one of those issues was not a detachment from reality. I don't buy into the notion that just because you do a heinous act, that means automatically that you are so unstable that you don't know what you were doing. What I saw in that video, what haunts me in that video, is the eyes of a man who was minding his own business, and the fear that flowed through him, it appeared to me. That bothered me very much, for at least since the story broke. Also, what bothers me, even bothers me more than the fear in Mr. Godwin's eyes, was the lack of empathy, the lack of apology, the lack of sympathy, the lack of humanity on behalf of this man right here. I don't have to be politically correct. Well, all I have to do is be real with who I am and what I believe. And you can look me dead in my eye and you'll know that I believe this man is better off dead, if not in a box or in a cage where he could never do what he did again. Because everyone, or many of us, have bad things in our lives. We have breakups in relationships. We don't shoot an unarmed man that we don't know because we're pissed off. Many of us have jobs we don't like. We don't just go unhinged and just kill someone because of it. This was a troubled man. It's unfortunate that he couldn't have been stopped, prevented, talked to, talked down, reasoned with. That's behind us now. An opportunity was missed somewhere along the line. I believe that. I'll give you that. 6 days a week and twice on Sunday. Someone knew this man was fragile somewhere. Maybe he's like some men who has issues and goes through something emotional, and when you ask him, hey, you all right? And the response is, I'm good. We got to get out of that if we're going to ever get into this. But as it stands now, people, millions of people in 4 and 5 states can sleep a little bit safer, a little bit sounder, or soundly tonight. But make no mistake about it, there's still people out there somewhere who don't value life the same way you or I may value it. So let us learn from this situation. If there's something to learn, let's learn something. Let's learn to listen a little bit more intently to our brothers. Let's listen a little bit more intently to our sons, our daughters, our boyfriends, our girlfriends, our spouses, our mates, our partners. Because we have an opportunity to learn from this situation as best we can. My condolences to the Godwin family, who shows such a level of faith I know I don't possess. The Godwin family and friends of Robert God wouldn't say they forgive this man. Well, I believe if there's a God, if that exists, that's up to him to do. But as for me and my children and my friends and for all decent people just trying to go about their life without being shot in the head like a can on a fence or like a target at a gun range, this guy, he had to go. That's all I got to say about that. I'm Tim Black for TBTV. Subscribe to this channel. Become a Patreon because why? Why should you? You should because you want independent media. You want a voice that you know that you can trust. That if you disagree, it's not because they're being paid by a big corporation to tell you something untrue. If you disagree because we're just people with different opinions. But you will not disagree because I'm paid off. You will not disagree because my boss said I can't tell you something. That's why you support independent media. Show me that you're in it with me. Not just the bigger guys with the big networks, but that you support the small folks, the folks that are truly the most independent, who do it because they love what they do, who do it because they believe in what they say. And they do it for you. Thank you. All right, folks. Thanks again for tuning in live here. Tim Black TV. Tonight is going to be great. You know how I know it's going to be great? Because in a couple minutes, oh gosh, I got a video I'll be shooting with the Humanist Report, my man Mike F. And then on tonight's show, I have my friend coming back on the show, activist and part of Activate Now, Ed Higgins. I got a clap button. So, yeah. Be here tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mike, I'm on my way, brother. Sorry for the late arrival. I'm going to end this stream and go over there and do what I do. You guys are the best. Thanks for your support. I'll see you tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My condolences to the Godwin family and all friends. I love you guys. Stay safe. Tell somebody you love them. Loving somebody don't mean nothing if only you know about it. You got to make sure they know it and make sure they feel it. I'll see you on the next one.
Coffee with Tim Black. Yes, I am coffee with Tim Black.